Kerr Hall has the largest footprint of any building on the Ryerson University campus, occupying an entire city block between Victoria, Gerrard, Gould, and Church Streets. Kerr Hall is divided into 4 quadrants, north, south, east, and west, and is used primarily for classrooms and lecture halls, as well as for office and administrative space. We chose to analyze this location based on each group member's personal experiences of being lost within the building. As a group, we have decided that the design of Kerr Hall does not facilitate its purpose. Before entering the building, we noticed a major design flaw in that most entry is through the interior quad, with few workable exterior entrances being accessible from the street. Many doors are in place, but there is either no access or it is limited to a specific part of the building. Once inside the building, the structure of Kerr Hall should be easy to navigate. It is a square layout directed by north, south, east, and west. The rooms are also laid out in a logical way. Each room is numbered with the quadrant number, and signage for rooms is consistent throughout. Another design flaw we noticed is that there is little visual distinction between each area, making it extremely difficult to recognize your location within such a large building. Cognitive mapping, a theory learned in class, is defined as the organized mental representations of the spatial environment and its organization. These types of maps are useful in wayfinding. Cognitive maps are subjective to representations of how we think an environment works, are unique to the individual, and are often inaccurate as they are based on memory. The similarity of each quadrant makes it harder for users to remember the layout or to distinguish any visual landmarks. As discussed during our lecture on nature, perception, and cognition, certain characteristics of physical settings affect wayfinding, and we can easily apply them to our observations of Kerr Hall. According to Garling, the first characteristic is the degree of differentiation, or the degree to which parts of the environment look the same. As previously discussed, all quadrants of Kerr Hall look the same on all floors, making it difficult to determine your location. Another characteristic is visual access. This is the extent to which each part of the setting can be seen from other vantage points. In Kerr Hall, in addition to little visual distinction between each area, the vantage point remains the same regardless of what floor or quadrant you are situated in, making it easy to become disoriented. Garling also defined complexity of layout as characteristics that denote the amount and difficulty of information that must be processed in order to move around the environment. Seeing as how the space is a large square, it should be relatively easy to navigate around, but factors such as confusing signage and inconsistent color coding make it difficult. All these factors impact our human behaviors as they can cause stress and frustration. According to the environmental load perspective, the more intense, unpredictable, and uncontrollable an input, the more attention is needed to adapt to a situation. As the visual distinction in Kerr Hall is limited, users feel less control in how they plan to get around the building. The time it takes to travel within the building becomes unpredictable, which can cause additional stress and load. Our first recommendation is to color code the quadrant hallways by painting each ceiling in a distinct color. This will help to improve the visual distinction between each quadrant and will reduce confusion and improve wayfinding. Cognitive mapping will be more accurate as it will be easier to associate the distinct colors with your location in the building. This will reduce the frustration of getting lost within the building and help users to understand their location relative to their destination. Our second recommendation is to improve the function of the You Are Here maps and increase the use of signage. The current navigation map posted in some Kerr Hall entrances provides graphic information that does not translate to the physical space. The map of Kerr Hall distinguishes the 4 quadrants by color, however, these colors do not match what is actually present, and navigation can be difficult. Our proposal is to pair the graphic information with the physical environment for a more seamless wayfinding experience. By increasing directional signage at points of transition between quadrants, users will experience easier navigation. In conclusion, there are easy and inexpensive ways to remedy the wayfinding issues of Kerr Hall. In providing clear distinctions between quadrants and relating them to orientation aids in a logical way, frustration and stress can be greatly reduced.